So my practice has two focuses: franchise distribution law and complex commercial litigation. And I practice in Toronto. And I always wanted to be a litigator, even from well before law school, so that was just very natural to find myself in litigation. And then when I started at McCarthy's, my senior mentor at the time got me involved in a couple of franchise mandates. And I found the area very dynamic and multifaceted and decided I wanted to pursue a specialty in that area. So that took a lot of studying and research and writing and publishing and just to build up the substantive knowledge. And now it is half my practice and the majority of my professional time. So I have the best teamwork experience for me is one story that I always focus on with teamwork. Building and working with a large team of professionals across Canada to help one client, a franchisor, restructure and close down all of its franchise operations in Canada. And that required us to have a full spectrum of legal expertise available to the client, and it required us to have feet on the ground in all of our offices. And I don't think we could ever have truly executed on the client's restructuring goals if we didn't have a very cohesive team. And it allowed me to get to know some wonderful colleagues in other offices with whom I continue to work to this day. So early in my career, my first mentor gave me he taught me a lesson which continues to resonate to this day. It's a very basic concept. He would always say, read the contract, and he would always repeat that throughout the life cycle of the file. And I think to him, and what I took from it, was that you really can't provide strategic advice of any magnitude without doing your homework. And I've always pushed myself to this day to make sure that my advice is always anchored in the facts and the law, and of course if there's a contract, in the contract. And I think that you really owe that to your clients to do well by them, and it also helps you bring a consistent standard to your practice. So I've always challenged myself to see my role through the eyes of my client, and I think that's driven me to focus on two attributes in my practice. The first is client service delivery. So first and foremost, I see myself and I strive to be a provider of excellent client service. And that goes well beyond, I think, the substantive content of the file to every interaction that I have with my clients, from communications to daily interactions, and also to understanding and trying to exceed my clients' expectations. So the second attribute I focus on is to provide truly strategic advice, which needs to be grounded in the business realities that my clients face. When I look back at the instances where I think I've been able to provide the most value to my clients, it's where I had the best understanding of their businesses, and it's where I was able to really link the advice and the recommendations to the business realities that they face. And I think that that is what you owe your clients now. Teaching franchise law at U of T has really been an exceptional experience for me for reasons that I never anticipated when I first designed the course. I think watching and observing students working through difficult concepts and getting that nod of understanding at the end of a topic has really been the most valuable to me. And I think it's taught me that you really need a dialogue with students and learners in order to get there, because getting the nod of understanding is not always that easy with difficult concepts. It has also given me a great opportunity to deeply think about the law, again, by observing how students wrestle with issues when they first learn them, and also answer difficult questions from students.